Hello, everyone. This workshop is on resumes and how to write a resume. And you'll see here it also says, and the Common App activity section. And that's because you put your resume into the Common App in something called the activity section if you apply to universities in the US. But we will get there, my friends. Okay, so here we go. Let's start off with this question. Why is resume valuable as part of the college application process? And it's because when you apply, universities are asking themselves this question, who are you? What kind of person are you? What do you bring to the table? And um, this GIF, look at me using a term that I don't know much about, from the movie Elf. It took me a long time to figure out how to put this into a PowerPoint presentation or Google Slides. So yay me, good job. I am definitely losing my ability to stay up to speed with technology. So universities are asking themselves, who are you? And you are going to apply. And hopefully, after they read your application, they say something to the effect of, I know who you are. Maybe not, I know who you really are, because honestly, they're going to spend 15 minutes or so reading your application. And so they can't really ever know who you really are. Okay. So you're going to do your best to present yourself. And the resume is to help colleges get to know you. When you apply, you will submit typically an essay or multiple essays, your resume, and then you'll have your transcript and your recommendation letters, and then some basic information, the basic application, which has your name and your address and your birthday and things. So if we think about those components, the regular application, your name and address and things, very basic information. You can't manipulate that information much or make it stronger so that it helps you. Your teacher recommendations, you choose who to ask, but you don't control what they write. You do control your transcript, but that's a long term, you control your grades. The two components that you have the most control over in this process are the essays that you write and your resume. Those are the things that you really have the chance to help share who you are with universities. Okay, so this workshop is all about how do you maximize that opportunity, this opportunity to share a bit of yourself with universities through a very strong resume. Okay, so if we're thinking about making a really strong resume, beyond just applying to college or university, how else could this be useful? Um, Excuse me while I drink a little water. Hmm. Here are a few ways, right? So maybe in applying for jobs or internships or study abroad or becoming a residential assistant or an RA. It's mostly a US college thing. Look it up if you want to know more about it. But throughout your life, you will need to know how to write a strong resume. So this is a very transferable skill. You do it now and it helps you now, but it's also something you'll use in the future. Okay, here is the key to success. As you can see from my amazing graphic across the top of the screen there, the key to success is that how you describe the activities in your resume is what really helps colleges get to know you better. Okay, so you can be the captain of the football team or the class president or the founder of a nonprofit or whatever. And those are nice, but the language that you use to describe your responsibilities and your contributions are what really makes the difference. Okay, so let's take a look at two examples here. And what I would like you to do is take a look at example one and example two. I want you to think about which one is stronger and very specifically why. So I'm going to go over the answer in a moment. So if you want to do this for yourself, pause it, and I'm going to go over the answer in three, two. Okay. So the first one says, I've been an actor in each musical during my time in high school. And the second one, lead and supporting roles in Cabaret and Godspell, part of ensemble of Urinetown and Delusions. All right, so here's my annotated version of why the second one is better. So I'm going from the purple box up here in the upper left. It says specificity and details help us picture how the student contributed to the theater department. When I read that, they're part of their lead and supporting roles. I can picture them because I can think about the four plays that they're in, even if I don't know those plays. And I don't. I don't know. I've never seen any of those four plays, so I don't know any information about them. But I have some ideas now just from the names. Second box is lead, supporting, and ensemble roles, shows versatility and ability to both lead and to follow, which is a great skill, right? This person doesn't always have to be center stage. The names of the plays, now I'm up here in this upper pink box, names of plays acted in helps us to quantify and visualize the student's experience. Quantification and visualization is really helpful when you can use numbers in some way, when you can quantify things. So here in the first one, I've been an actor in each musical during my time in high school. Okay, how many musicals were there? Was there one? Was there two? Was there 22? I don't know. Here, because they say the names of the theater productions, I know exactly how many they're a part of, and that helps me understand the student's contribution. Um, it doesn't repeat info. So in the first one, it says, I have been an actor in each, but the title already says actor in the Worcester Theater Department. So I don't need to repeat that I'm an actor. That's already understood. Don't waste your space here. And the last thing here says language is written in concise style used in resumes. You don't need a subject. You don't need to say I. You can, but you really don't need to say I have been. You need to say actor in each musical. Or in this case, the better one, lead and supporting roles. Okay, so it's more specific. It helps us picture what the student has done. And it tells us a bit more about the student, right? We can learn a bit more about the student. We know that they're comfortable leading and following. We know that they're highly involved. These are things that help us get to know the student a bit better. All right, here's one more example. Again, I want you to take a look at both of these. Pause the video and decide which one you think is stronger and why. And I'm going to go over which one I would argue is stronger in three, two, one. Okay, here we go. The second one is much more specific. So selected by interviews and essay, and then it says 11 in parentheses. That means in grade 11, what we would call DP1 here at UWC East Africa. So selected by interviews and essay. That shares this upper left box here, sharing that rigorous selection process helps the reader see that the student is being recognized by others for their leadership ability. I know that they're respected either by their peers or their teachers or some combination because they were selected after a rigorous application process. Okay, and then details of what they contributed within the role show the student's ambition and ability to follow through on an opportunity. So it says here they organized activities for the upper school. They planned weekly chapel meetings. They initiated weekly Who Do You Appreciate? So they added things to what was going on. I can tell that by organized and initiated. Again, we have quantification. Where do I see quantification? Planned weekly chapel meetings, initiated weekly Who Do You Appreciate? That weekly, that word weekly adds so much there. If they just said organized activities, if they just said planned chapel meetings, excuse me, okay, once a semester, once per year, once a month, I really don't know. That information is really, really helpful. And again, with the weekly Who Do You Appreciate? So all of this tells me a lot about the student. Okay, so now what types of experiences or involvement should go onto a resume? Here's a question. Do you think this should go on? I spend a lot of time helping my little brother with his homework every day and cook dinner for both of us each night. Yay or nay, does this go onto a resume? The answer is yes, this would go onto your resume. Colleges and universities want to know about the ways that you were involved, whether or not they are things that are organized by your school. So for somebody who has a lot of home responsibilities, absolutely. This tells how you're using your time and how you're contributing to your family. And it tells a lot about consistency and responsibility. This is a very good thing to put onto a resume. And it also might explain why you're not involved in as many extracurriculars. Because if they know you have lots of home responsibilities, then you don't have as much time for maybe playing an after-school sport or joining another group or organization. So absolutely, this is a really good one. If you're a student here who came for the diploma program, and currently you don't have home responsibilities because you live on campus, but you did last year or the year before that, The resumes for college or universities are looking for DP2, DP1, M5, and M4. Your last 4 years of schooling before you go to university. That's what they're looking for. So activities from previous, before you came to UWC, think about these things as well, which is why you might have home responsibilities on your resume. What about this one? I spend 1 to 2 hours per day drawing or painting. Yes, you would absolutely want to include this also because this is a huge commitment. 1 to 2 hours per day drawing or painting. That's a lot. That's a lot of time and energy going into something. So even if it's a hobby and it's not an organized class, it's not something that you get recognized for, but you have a deep commitment to it, then absolutely that can be included on your resume. This is from the Common App. This is what they say they want included, and it said examples of activities might include art or music, clubs, community engagement, family responsibilities, hobbies, sports, work or volunteering, and it also says other experiences that might have been meaningful to you. So at the top line says they want to have a better understanding of your life outside the classroom. Anything that helps them understand your life is fair game. So if you have a question about this, you can come and see me. But when in doubt, yes, it's probably something that you can include. Okay, 150 characters. This is the limit that you get on the Common App for being able to include it on your resume. So I'm going to come back here for a minute, and I'm just going to show you this. So this part here, where it says member James, so you get to say the name, you get to say your position. So this person's position is member, and then the organization name. In this case, is the James Marshall Chapel Society. You get 150 characters, including punctuation and spacing to explain what you've done. Remember here how I said the key is that how you describe the activity. This is the part where you describe how. Sorry, go back to this one. This is the how. This is where you get to really shape things. Okay, and if I look at tools and word count, do they have that here? Maybe they don't have that, sorry. Um, you'll see that this is probably just around 150 characters. We'll look at another example soon, but that's just for the Common App. I recommend that if you're a student and you're applying to the US, you make your resume formatted that everything's 150 characters or less for your descriptions, so you don't have to make two different versions of it. And 150 characters is a wonderful model for a resume because it keeps you concise. Okay, finally, I have this guide to creating resumes, and I've already got it open here. So I'm going to show this to you. Um, there's several different things here. First, you got essential information, and I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. It's a brief, bulleted 1 or 2 page summary. It's this, yeah. Resume helps colleges get to know you better. Okay, I got some tips. I think the thing that's most helpful on this document is that there is exemplar resume student one, student two, student three, and student four. And I've got some of these open. So we're going to take a look at, this is student four. Now, actually, let's go with this one here. This is student one. Yeah, this is student one. This is what a formatted resume looks like. It's nice, it's clean, it's well formatted. You can see here we have the organization and location. Here we have the student's position. Here's the when they did it. And then here is the description. This is where you have 150 characters. So this student said, tutored 7 students in rural Iran, helping them reach A2 level in English for free, promoting equal education and empowering them with essential language skills. I learned so much about this student from this. I learned about their commitment to helping others, to empowering students, to teaching, to giving back to their community. This tells me so much about this student right here. Okay, and it was 7 students. That number is really helpful. Okay, and if I do tools here and I do my word count, I have, 160 characters. This will not actually fit into the Common App. This is great. I'm actually going to show you right now how I might take this and make it 150 because we can really trim things. Tutored 7 students in rural Iran. Okay, I already know it's in Iran, so maybe I can get rid of that. Let's see, helping them reach A2 level in English for free, promoting equal education. Okay, right here we go. I'm going to go like this. EDUC, I'm going to abbreviate for education, and I'm going to take and abbreviate it like that, empowering them with, we can go like this. This is the way you can abbreviate with essential language skills. All right. Now I'm right at 150. Okay, boom. So I just got us down to 150 by making some quick changes, and it still makes sense. It's very concise, it's very clear, and there's other ways I could have done this, but that's how I did it here. Okay, so this is example one. Here's example, excuse me, this is not example two. This one is example two, I think. Yep. Okay. So here, I changed the students' names and their contact information, but these are students from the class of 2025. This one taught year one and two children the basics of how to use a computer. Spent 2 hours every week teaching the children, completing a total of 80 hours. Okay, very quantified, very helpful. I know how much time, how many students they impacted, and I've got 147 characters, it says right here. So perfect. It's within the 150 border. Okay. Initiated a donation drive for golf clubs, donated clothes and golf gear to golf caddies and juniors to help encourage them to take up golf. Very clear and specific. Okay, so these are really good examples. And then here is one. Oops, sorry. Yep. Okay. This is one where the student didn't want to make a resume, and I think it's silly. You might as well just make a really strong resume. They just wanted to put this in the format that they would put it into the Common App. So it says uh, activity list for CA for Common App. So here, the position title is TikTok dancer, organization name, TikTok, and look at how they abbreviated here. 16.4K plus followers. 16.4 thousand, K means thousand. 1.3 million likes across all videos. Created one dance challenge with 10,000 plus videos following. First prize TikTok dance contest at high school. All right, let's see how many um, characters they're using. 149. They have 150 and they're using 149. So they're really packing the information in here so that we really get a sense of what they've done. Okay, so again, there's 4 exemplars here that will really help you, I think. There's some other information here that will be helpful, some good examples and bad examples. And then finally on here, it's okay to use ChatGPT or AI to help you rewrite your resume entries, but make sure it sounds like you. You can, if the hardest part, I think, is getting down to that 150 characters. You can start by writing a full paragraph, write 3, 4, 5 sentences, and then use AI if you'd like to say, can you help me make this condense? I'm writing it for a resume. I need it to be 150 characters, and I wanted to quantify as much as possible and make clear as much as possible my responsibilities. You write the prompt, but you can use ChatGPT or AI to help you in that way. Okay. Um, Finally, I just want to say, remember that your resume helps you describe who you are to colleges, and it's how you describe things that really matters. I'm just going to show you one more thing, and oops, I should have opened this before. Hopefully my computer is fast. Great, I'm at the right spot. Internal deadlines for the class of 2026. All right, this was shared with you a while back. Hopefully you've made a copy of this for yourself. If you're not sure what this is, you should have a copy of it. If you don't know where to find it, ask a peer. They will help you find it, or you can ask me as a last case resort. But you'll see that we have on here by April 1st, all students will have created an initial CV or resume or activity list. And we have this link, which is to that guide we are just looking at here. So this timeline is set up so that you will have a process that is as stress-free as possible. Getting this done now in March or April means that it's one more thing you can check off. Then we're going to shift to essays. Then you're going to work more on your list. And so hopefully you come back in August for your D2 year with a lot of things done, and it makes your life a whole lot easier. Okay, with that, I will just say this is something that I think will really be helpful for the long term for your life. If you have questions, you know where to find us. Hope you have a lovely day, and I'm going to stop this recording. All right, take care.